You know what's weird is I think we're so used to when you are start watching a new show, and there's an expectation now that when a show drops, you get all the episodes, right?
Sure. Well, yeah, in some cases they've kind of gone to a weekly episodic, but yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
There's some are yes.
I'm watching two shows right now, and I think
Okay.
I'm at the end of Task, which I think is just 7 episodes. It felt like last night was or it was Sunday night, but I watched it last night, was the last episode, which would have been 7.
So they're not doing a second season.
I don't know if they're doing a second
can't
season
really
or
tell.
not, but I'm pretty sure that was the last episode of this first season. It's Mark Ruffalo, and it's a really good show. It's Mayor of Easttown, same people, really well done. And there's a woman in there that plays a crooked FBI agent, and my wife says, "Oh, that's so and so." I can't even think of the lady's name.
Okay.
She is like the boss lady in the FBI. She looks 65. She is 54. Actually, is 54.
Okay. I can't even think of who this would be. Go ahead.
She's in the Goonies. Of all the things, Christy recognized her from the Goonies.
Okay, wait a minute. Now you're gonna. I gotta try to pull up my 80s. It's on the tip of my tongue. Just tell me who it is.
I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name.
You can't think of her name?
No, I'll look her up.
I thought Christy told you who it was.
She did, but I can't remember that.
Oh, I see. This is how we operate when we're
So
our age.
anyway, it got me thinking, like, the opposite. And I'm looking at People Magazine's website today of all the places, looking for tidbits. The other show I'm watching is Ethan Hawke, and it's
Okay.
called The Lowdown. It takes place in Tulsa.
You've told me about this
Yes.
one too. Yeah.
So I'm watching both of those, and I'm on People Magazine's website, and they have this thing for Reba McEntire's. It's the second season, and it's called Happy's Place. And number one, I thought that NBC was smarter now than 3-camera laugh track comedies, which you have gotten me to hate.
I've roundly panned three
You have ruined me on it.
camera laugh track. Yes.
And
I've ruined you. Okay.
You
Don't
have.
those shows ruin themselves? Go ahead.
And I'm like, hey, do we need another laugh track 3-camera comedy on NBC? Now, NBC was the king of these. Mm-hmm. Cosby, Cheers, and it looks like they stole half the Cheers set for this place. It's about a restaurant.
Oh, great.
But
I mean, even into Seinfeld and Friends, and those are great shows, but yeah, even after that, the laugh track has died a long time ago, I think.
Martha Plimpton is this woman's name.
Martha Plimpton, that's not the name that was on the tip of my tongue.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Reba McEntire is 70.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to anger people. That's
Why
okay.
is she on my television?
Reba's had a great career unto herself, between music and TV and movies and whatever she's done. She had a great character that was on. Now, as much as I don't like Big Bang Theory, I did really get into Young Sheldon. She had a great multi-episode run on that. But otherwise, I gotta say, not a huge fan of her acting work.
I'm not a huge fan of any of her stuff. I can't stand to listen to her. I can't stand to listen to her talk. I can't stand to watch her act, and I use that in the loosest terms possible.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I'm just like, why are these people hanging on? She has a gajillion dollars. Like you said, she has carved out a career for herself. She has a gajillion dollars. Why would you want to work in, 20 episodes of a comedy?
I mean, maybe it's just she wants to keep doing stuff.
I don't know.
I don't really know.
But we're gonna have this for a summer episode. Guys and gals that have hung on too long,
Yeah.
and guys and gals that have hung on a long time, but you still want to see more of. I'll put somebody in that category. Sting, I want to see more of.
Okay.
I don't mind watching. My wife truly hates Paul McCartney these days because she's like, please stop.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't mind watching Paul McCartney or
Okay.
Ringo Starr
Okay.
or Mick Jagger.
Okay.
But we'll get to that later.
Mick gets a little. You know what? You know who else did not hung on the appropriate amount of time was Diane Keaton. We failed to mention when she passed away last week.
died.
She was a prolific actress and producer and directed. She directed she directed music videos and like episodes of TV like iconic TV shows like Twin Peaks and things like that. Like
And
she was amazing.
She had a really interesting career arc. She did the Woody Allen stuff,
Yeah.
and then she did the comedies and the rom-coms. And those are not the same.
No, not at all. There was a great. Aaron was telling me a little bit about Diane Keaton the other day. She said there was an episode of one of the late night talk shows, and I don't remember what it was, and that's just because Aaron says a lot of things, and the hard drive is getting full, and I gotta adjust. Like I gotta decide how many GBs I put into remembering everything that Aaron has said. Anyway, Diane Keaton was on one of these talk shows, and I guess Steve Martin and Martin Short were also on it. And they were sitting next to her, and the host. Let's just say it was Letterman. Was like, would you take either of these guys? And she said, actually, I think both of these guys are idiots. Which I have to imagine is something that most people would say watching this podcast.
They have. They've said it all week.
They've said it all week.
Yeah, well, if I was sitting next to Reba McEntire, I would be like, please stop. Stop.
It's on NBC.
Don't
It's
go
a
watch
red
it.
flag.
Don't go watch it.
Don't go. We are just two middle-aged refugees from Generation X.
Man, we grew up in a time that was a lot simpler than it is today.
Could we gamble on sports back then?
No, not really. We did, but not legally. But now?
Now we can, and we can talk about it on a podcast, and we can talk about a lot of other things too.
And we're going to. I'm Lanny.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is Bet Small,
Lose Small. Week 7 is now in the books.
We better be starting to find our groove here, right?
We kind of did.
Yeah.
It was another week of just bananas football.
Really?
Entertaining football, but man, a lot of wild games and weird outcomes. Kind of some that we picked. Now, do we want to start? Just update the contest.
Update the contest
Okay.
right now. Go
Okay.
on.
Let's start with our picks. And I will say this: I did better in actually winning my overall picks, but we both, when it came to like picking the individual teams within those picks and those parlays, we were equivalent to each other,
Yeah.
which is a huge. I think we're starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, I think we are too. And we're going to talk about the circle of trust here in a minute.
Yeah.
But I had 2 picks that were in parlays that ruined the parlays that were not that far off, but I hit all my individual bets.
Yeah. Those were your individual bets were New England at minus 355 money line, Chicago minus 5.5, and Cincinnati plus 5.5. Those all you had 10 on each of those, and total they paid you 51.01 on 30 pesos worth of bets. I want to just stop and pat ourselves on the back.
We picked the Bengals game straight up.
Crushed the analysis. If you go back and watch last week's video, we absolutely crushed last week's analysis of that Bengals-Steelers game without realizing that we were doing it.
I mean, you don't know until the game.
We said the over was going to be was a good thing. You said you thought the Bengals could beat the Steelers outright, and they did. You didn't need the plus 5.5. They went ahead and won outright. And the Bengals are starting to look a little frisky.
Gosh. We also got some money down on the Bengals to win the division.
Yes.
But go on with the picks.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to that Bengals to win the division as soon as we're done with the picks here, because I have a bone to pick with a certain gambling organization, a certain sports book.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a moneyline parlay of Philadelphia, Chicago, and New England. They were all negative. They were all minus odds, but I got them all together at plus 213, and they all won. And I had 30 on that, so that paid me 93.9 pesos.
I'm going to have to check that chair to see if it's on fire
It might
because you
be.
were on a heater.
It's on. It's getting warm in here, man. Let's see. You had your money. You had a money line parlay that was Indy. I'm sorry. This was a parlay, but it was a point spread parlay. You had Indy plus 6.5. That was an alternate line. Excuse me. These are all alternate lines. Indy plus 6.5. Green Bay minus 3.5. Those were good picks.
And the killer.
Atlanta plus 6.5. That was the one that killed you.
The pea in the punch bowl.
Atlanta
They never fired.
They never did, and San Francisco came out with the plan. You know, here's the thing. I think Kyle Shanahan, to me, with what he's done with that team, with all the injuries, that is clearly the coach of the year.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can make arguments for Vrabel, and you can make arguments for Shane Steichen in Indianapolis, but I'm sorry. This dude is doing it with Mac Jones. Fred Warner's ankle just came off of his body. They've had George Kittle was out for a couple games. They've had injuries all on the offensive line.
George Kittle didn't show up this game practically. I mean, not a factor, not the George Kittle that we know. But, yeah, I agree with you. Kyle Shanahan has a very banged-up 49er team hitting on all cylinders and beating the teams that they should beat. I thought Atlanta might get up there and do a little something, but they never fired. And Penix, I'm not sure what they see in Penix, but
it's concerning to me that the Falcons can look as good as they did against the Bills one week and then turn around and just lay a total egg in San Francisco the next week.
Yeah, not in the circle of trust.
I don't know what that means. I mean, maybe it's road versus home Atlanta. Who knows?
All right, go on.
But anyway, so that one didn't hit for you, unfortunately. But you did get 2 out of the 3, which means out of the 6 teams that you've picked in these 2 so far,
5.
You're 5 of 6. That's pretty good. I think that's encouraging. I had a Giants plus 7 and over 40.5 points. That was plus 241. I had 20 pesos on that. Brought me out to 62.6 pesos won. I'm going to tell you a tale of 2 quarterbacks here real quick. Quarterback A was 16 of 25 for 174 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, had 3 carries for 46 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback B was 11 for 25 for 125 yards, 105 touchdowns. Good Lord. 105 yards, 2 sacks. I'm sorry, 2 rushes for 2 yards and 2 sacks. Which one of those quarterbacks you think won the game? If you don't know where I'm going with this.
I think the first one won, but it's obviously did not have.
Well, you would have been right either way because quarterback A is Bo Nix in the 4th quarter of the Giants Broncos game.
That game was insane. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Otherwise, Bo Nix was 11 of 25 for 105 yards, 2 yards rushing, and 2 sacks.
That game was insane.
Now,
that was the best game of the weekend.
This is, and even if they won, even considering that they won that game, this is further proof to me that the Broncos are ultimately fraudulent. You can't have a quarterback that plays 3 quarters like that and digs himself a hole, and then has one. You can't just rely on him every time to dig himself out of it. It's not going to happen. Bo Nix is a big problem for that. And honestly, if they make the playoffs, I cannot wait to gamble against Bo Nix.
All right, go on with the picks.
Okay.
This is a rant. I'm going
to
have a button over here for the
I'm coming in
rants.
hot this week. I've got a lot of things to say. We're doing these are going to be freezing cold takes, freezing hot takes here in a little bit.
No, they're going to hold up.
Okay,
we know our stuff.
You had moneyline parlay, New England, Green Bay, Seattle.
Boom.
That was boom plus 163.
Not a lot of money.
You only had 15 pesos on it. So you only came away 39.45 pesos won on that one. But, it's still, this is now 9 picks, 9 teams that you picked, and 8 of them have hit.
8 out of 9. Let's go.
I had this was one of mine that didn't hit, but would have been really fun if it did. I had Dallas money line and over 54.5. Now that one hit. But Atlanta money line and over 47.5. Obviously, Atlanta lost. But those two together were giving me plus 12.25.
I knew it was a huge one.
Yeah, if that had hit, that would have been. I would have been in. I would have taken like a 35-0 lead on you in the contest and going into halftime.
What's the final?
Your last one here. You had Tampa Bay plus 5.5 and over 52.5 at plus 216. You had 30 pesos on it. Did not hit.
Wrong.
But still, you were 8 of 10 on your team picks. I had one last money line parlay, which was Green Bay, Denver, and then New England. It was not money line; it was -7. But I got that one at plus 229. 40 pesos on that one. That got me significantly into the black, making me 131.6 pesos for the week. Do we want to give the standings?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Okay.
I fell further into the abyss.
Not much, though. Not much. You were at minus 149.38 last week, and now you're at minus 158.92.
We're going to have to play some catch up here.
You got some catch up to do. You need to probably call in fourth quarter Bo Nix to make some picks for you. I was at minus 47.35. I'm now up to plus 140.75.
So you're almost 300 pesos up on me, and we only get to bet 100 pesos a week.
Now, listen, though, because I went in with 100 pesos this week, and I came out with 288 pesos. So it's not impossible, man. You were.
It's gonna be fine.
You were ahead at the first week. This is only.
There's some really tasty games this week.
There are 11 weeks left in this season plus playoffs.
Okay, so we had a bet that we wanted to do last week that made no sense, and I'm just putting the ball on the tee for you here.
Okay.
We were trying to do some future bets, right? Mm-hmm. And when you start to add up things in a parlay, as long as they are plus, they add up pretty quickly. They give you exponential modifier.
That's correct.
Except in future parlays.
In certain future parlays.
Let's hear it.
So I had a bet on one of our preview podcasts. I had Bengals to win the division.
Yeah.
Plus Steelers to miss the playoffs. And that came out to something like plus, I don't know what it was. I'll look it up here in a second. But it was pretty good odds. And then I watched the Bengals beat the Steelers with Joe Flacco looking pretty good. And I started thinking, man, if they could just hold on and be like one game over 500 when Burrow comes back.
I think they're going to be okay.
And the Steelers, their schedule continues to get harder. So I had this future that was a plus 363 was Bengals AFC North winner, Steelers missed the playoffs. That's plus 363. Now, today, as it stands, Bengals to win the division are plus 550.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay? Steelers to miss the playoffs is like plus 105. Now, there's a formula to this. I went through this all with you on text because I was fired up on Monday that I couldn't, or on Sunday night or something, that I couldn't get the odds right on this.
Would you like to address the camera?
It comes out to, listen, the pure math, right? This isn't actually math, but if you do the math, FanDuel, it comes out to like plus 1220 something when you put those two together. And I'm saying Bengals to win the division and Steelers to miss the playoffs. Except when you put it in on the app here, what ends up happening is you get plus 535. Now, I'm not stellar at math. I can do some pretty good math in my head, but it seems to me like Bengals plus 550 to win the division is better odds than Bengals to win the division and the Steelers to make the play and the Steelers to miss the playoffs. Am I incorrect on that?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. The Steelers don't have to win to the division to make the playoffs. So there is a variable there that they're not accounting for.
I don't understand what's going on there. I mean, it looks to me... Now, in fairness, you can't even make that bet on DraftKings.
You can't make it on DraftKings.
You can't make it on... I don't know if we've looked at any other books. So there could be something where FanDuel is saying, okay, we'll give you this, which most other places won't give you, and we're not going to give you the whole plus 1,200 something. But FanDuel, do better. Yeah. Don't give me worse odds for my parlay than I would get if I just picked. I could put money on both of those two things to happen and do better than if I got that future. that future combination.
By
Do
the-
better, FanDuel. Do better. That is stupid odds. Stupid.
By the way, FanDuel, if you'd like to have a partner, Bet Small, Lose Small podcast has done an amazing amount of viewership in the last 60 days. Anyway,
We
on.
love FanDuel.
We do, but that was frustrating.
Even the ones you love hurt you sometimes. Okay?
Let's take a break.
All right. All right, let's start with if you are a Spotify listener, all 6 or 7 of you, if you are used to watching our show on Spotify, last week you would have noticed that the platform was not carrying our most recent episode. And that is because we got a copyright violation warning.
Which made no sense.
No sense.
They just took it down.
They just took it. They wouldn't publish it. They took it down, or I don't know what exactly happened. But we have an intro song that is it's one of these generic things that you get with a package of, like every podcast does. It's just some kind of generic intro that you buy a package of and you pick one, and we've got it on there. And for whatever reason, on our 9th episode, 10th episode,
and they just took one down. This song has literally been in everything that we've ever done.
Every single thing that we've ever done, on every break that we've done.
Every published.
We got it straightened out. It's fixed now. But this is another one of those. Just do better, Spotify. Tell the robots to have a little bit of logic to their methodology. It didn't make any sense. Hopefully this is fixed from now on. So we just want to let you know, if you're a Spotify user, you'll have 2 episodes to catch up on once this one comes out on Wednesday.
Speaking of doing better, our friends in the UK have caught on to the fact that we don't fly a lot. So we were talking.
This is part 1 of corrections. We've got a few more corrections coming a little later, but this is a correction that we had to make.
So the Rams hosted, or was it the other way around?
Jacksonville. No, Jacksonville is the unofficial home London NFL team.
So Jacksonville and the Rams played in London at Wembley, and we
the Rams played. The Jacksonville. Yeah, it's arguable whether they played or not. But
so we got to talking about that last week, and we went on this riff about really not understanding all the Europe games, or the Sao Paulo game, or any of the. At least that's sort of in our time zone, not really, but close.
I don't know. Sao Paulo is at least
couple
within an hour or two of Eastern time zone.
But in London, first of all, we said that the Rams would have had to fly from L.A. to New York and then fly from New York. No. There are flights direct from L.A.
Yeah. They're 10 hours.
They're 10 or 11 hours.
Yeah.
Which is just imagine doing an entire workday and then 2 hours of overtime, and you're spending that on a plane. However, that's not what the Rams did. The Rams stayed on the East Coast because the week before they had played Baltimore.
Okay.
They stayed in Baltimore. They got on the plane. They went to London, which is 5 or 6 hours, depends on who you ask. So, yes, we now realize that you can fly direct from L.A. to London.
We also know now that it's 5 hours from L.A. to New York. We didn't know. We were guessing 3 hours or 4. I don't know why
they don't have to
3 hours.
change planes because they take a charter probably. I don't know what their team plane is.
Yeah, we weren't. Look, folks, we don't research.
We just started.
We just start talking.
No, we just started talking. It was just a rant.
It doesn't change the fact that these London games are stupid.
Right.
And one of these teams, I don't care if they stayed on the East Coast, they are way behind.
You are actually correct, though. The Rams were playing a football game in what would be 6:30 a.m. their actual time.
Yeah, that part I knew.
That's
it's
unconscionable.
It's 6 hours behind us.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to do anything.
6 hours ahead of. It's something. 6 hours. I don't know what. I don't know. What is it? It's a different time zone. Let's put it that way.
Way different.
6:30 in the morning is what it would be in LA.
And there's Central, Mountain, and then West Coast time.
Pacific.
Thank you. Pacific, Mountain, Central, East Coast. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 time zones.
4 time zones. Yeah.
And then you've got another 5 or 6 between here and London.
6.
There
London's 6.
6 hours.
I'll get
We don't know.
I'll get crushed for that one too. We don't know.
It's
We're flying by the seat.
roughly 11 hours,
Yeah, something like that.
which is crazy.
It's crazy.
That is not a good way to produce football. Even though the Rams came out and kicked the shit out of the Jags. The Jags never even got off the bus.
The best thing about this, we had a short that went up on, got tens of thousands of views on all the social media platforms talking about this. It was our segment on the London games, and there were so many people from Europe that were like, "Yeah, you're right. We actually don't want this.
We don't give a shit about the NFL."
They were on our side. They were like, "Yeah, these teams that you're sending us, I don't know why you're doing this. Nobody's going to care over here."
Well, they thought we were dumb because they were like, "Well, they're trying to grow their game internationally." Okay, we understand that, but that doesn't mean it's good.
No.
And do you need to hold a game over there to grow your game internationally? Because I'm going to go with no on that as well.
It reminds me of that tweet that I saw one time, that it was like, Little Caesars, it's hot and it's ready. And it's me, is it good? Little Caesars, it's hot and it's ready.
Yeah, it's pizza.
That's what we're sending them. We're sending the football. Might not look like it's supposed to.
The UK was, I'd like to say they were split, but mostly they were just arguing over different sports things, which I think is just a pastime there since they have the Premier League.
Yeah.
And one of them said, what would you guys do if there was a Premier League game over in your country? And I was like, we
do it a lot, and actually it does really well.
Yeah, it does
here.
great over here.
They're doing their soccer is crushing coming over to the U.S. Compared to football, what it's doing, except for Germany. Germany loves some NFL football.
Well, they do well at Wembley. I think they sell out the games, they sell a lot of the tickets.
Generally, yeah.
But the folks in the UK were just like, you can keep your fucking football.
Yeah.
Because we don't.
Yeah, we don't actually need that.
You
shit.
really don't have to bring it over here. We're fine without it.
We're doing just fine. The football that we have is superior in our eyes, and the football that you're sending us sucks out loud.
So anyway, UK fans, and I'm not talking UK basketball, but United Kingdom, bet small, lose small fans, thank you. Thank you for coming in the comments. Thank you for being respectful for the most part. And Taylor Swift fans, thank you for coming in our comments. Thank you for being respectful for the most part. Raiders fans, y'all, you don't have any facts to fight with, so you just sling shit.
That was another one where a lot of them were like, yeah.
My favorite guy was like, I didn't want to open this app and have my feelings hurt. There were a couple like that.
I feel assaulted this early in the morning. Yeah. Like it was sad. I felt there were a couple that I kind of felt bad. I was like, man, we really ruined some people's days with this one.
But we're so glad to have the interaction. Like for real, we actually have gone in and commented back. So I hope they get that we're not trying to be so serious with this podcast. Yeah. We're having fun.
No, and keep it coming too. Like, and we've said this before. If you like those shorts, go ahead and subscribe, because we'll give you an hour and a half of this straight through of us just saying stupid shit every week.
Yeah, like if you saw one of our shorts and you liked it, leave a comment and go subscribe either on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or if you want to subscribe on TikTok or Instagram, we're there too. In fact, we really blew up on TikTok this week.
The great thing is going to be when we cut this up into a short and we ask everybody to subscribe, and we get like 53,000 views on it, and nobody subscribes to the actual podcast.
Nobody subscribes.
All right. By the way, the Rams and Jacksonville are on bye this week, but we want to look at a couple of the games that happened? We got some recaps here.
Yeah.
There's a few games I want to talk about.
And the circle of trust. Mm-hmm. As we were talking about earlier, let's start with the Thursday game. The Bengals in a thriller over the Steelers. We called that from the word get. I actually had the Bengals to win straight up in my own picks.
Yeah, I took the over. I put a little bit of money personally on the over because I was, as I said in the podcast last week, if you don't really know which way this game is going to go, just bet the over.
The over was safe.
Because Cincinnati's defense is bad, but Pittsburgh's defense has not been good either.
They didn't look very good.
They're like middle of the road. Like what did we look up the other day? They're like 18th
Yeah.
against rushing and passing in EPA.
I mean, when you make the Bengals offense can be good, and with Joe Flacco, it has been pretty good.
They can score 24 points a game. That's all you really need to do.
Jamar Chase is just out of this world.
Jamar Chase is ridiculous. Jamar Chase is kind of carrying that team right now.
The exact opposite of that game was the Rams over the Jags, 35-7. There was a beatdown. The Rams never let up. The Jags never got off the bus.
The interesting thing, and I did watch this game. I will tell you, we said that these games that end up being like kind of early for teams from the United States, and they the teams tend to look a little sluggish. As much as that score would indicate otherwise, the Rams at times still looked a little sluggish. I mean, the Jaguars just never looked like they even wanted to be there. But the Rams didn't. I mean, they weren't like lighting the scoreboard up. I think Stafford had less than 200 yards passing in that game. It wasn't a huge game for him. Now Travis Hunter finally woke up. Although, I could go on a rant about Travis Hunter and this stupid trade that the Jags made for him. But I might save that one because I've got plenty of other.
You feel very ranty
takes
this week.
Well, we had a good week, and I think we're starting to figure this out. And now I'm like, now it's time for me to scream about some
I'm
shit.
ready for some tasty picks.
No, we'll save that Travis Hunter thing. That thing ended up, I think, being one of the worst trades of the last probably 10 years, easily.
The Saints are not the worst team in football, although they lost 26-14 to the Bears. We were on that one.
Yep.
The worst team in football right now are the 1-6 Dolphins, who went to Cleveland and got their asses kicked.
They are not just bad; they are loud bad. Like
31-6.
They're bad, and they have controversy all over the place. Like Mike McDaniel. Have you watched one of his press conferences?
He's as our friends from the UK might say, he's mad.
I think he's high. Like I don't know what's going on with him. Some of the stuff that he says, like just if you really want to entertain yourself for about 20 minutes, go and look up some transcripts of Mike McDaniel press conferences, post-game press conferences. It's bananas.
Do you know the kids, and you do know these kids because you had a kid in band, I have a kid in band. The kids are just weird for the sake of being weird. I feel like the Mike McDaniel is a caricature of that right now.
He is like, I mean, it's everything. It's like the weird sunglasses that he wears and the pants that are like hiked up above his ankles. And it's just he's got to be wearing on. I mean, when Tua starts calling you out, like veiled calling you out, things are not. I can't believe they kept him around. I think the only reason that he's still their coach this week is because they play on Thursday night, and they're like, well, we can't just fire a coach and come back and play on Thursday. That's crazy. But if he survives until next week, I will be shocked. This guy has got to go.
Okay, so I'm putting the Saints and the Dolphins both in my circle of trust to bet against them. Although it's really hard to get value on them. Even if they're playing the Browns, the Dolphins suck.
Yeah.
Also in the circle of trust, the Patriots are going to have to go in the circle of trust, and they beat the crap out of the Titans. I don't think the Titans are very good, but the Patriots might actually be good. I can hear Bill Simmons now, just gleefully shouting how good the Patriots are.
No, Simmons is downplaying it. He's trying to do the
he
reverse
is
jinx.
so full of crap. He's been on their jock.
He's doing the reverse jinx. Listen, I mean, we love Bill Simmons here. We love everything Ringer. It's just great stuff. Him and Sale on Sunday nights and Monday mornings are fantastic. No, Simmons is trying to play it down. Simmons is trying to be like, well, Drake May's still young and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Give
man.
it a break.
That guy's, the ball comes, listen, and I'm impressed with Drake May. Drake May, the way the ball comes out of his hands is like, it's the way that the ball used to come out of Josh Allen's hands, like his first 2 years in the league, before he really started to.
Where he throws it to the other team?
Well, not quite that. It just kind of launches out of his hand. And
you saying he throws a hot ball?
He throws a hot ball. It comes out quick, and it gets there. And it's on a rope. This is the kind of stuff that Josh Allen used to do before he kind of like worked on his throwing mechanics and got a few things down. It's a hard thrown ball. It's probably something that will change eventually as he gets a little older, but man, he really does look good.
Also in the circle of trust, the Raiders, because I'm happy to bet against the Raiders every single week. And in the circle of trust go the Chiefs, and it makes me sick to say it, but they gobble stomped the Raiders 31-0, and the Chiefs look like the Chiefs again.
Can we just move on? I don't want to talk about the Chiefs this week.
Why?
I'm tired of the Chiefs, man. They're
the Super Bowl favorite.
I know.
They're the number one Super Bowl favorite.
They shouldn't be the Super Bowl favorite.
They should not.
They should not be the Super Bowl
I thought
favorite.
you wanted
There's four
to move
teams.
on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes, because I'll just keep doing this. Let's talk about Philadelphia and Minnesota for a second. Now, Philadelphia won this game actually pretty easily compared to what the score says. But if you noticed, Minnesota stopped the tush push. Did you see this?
They laid a guy down.
They line up a guy parallel to the line of scrimmage, and when the ball is snapped, he just lays down. And apparently this works. So maybe now we can stop talking about the fucking tush push every week.
It's
because
terrible.
People, this
It's not football.
freezing. Okay, stop it right there. Freezing hot take incoming. It is the purest form of football. I'm tired of hearing people say it's not football. I'm lining up my 11 guys against your strongest, biggest 11 guys, and we're going to see who cares more about getting the next fucking 18 inches of football field.
What?
That is football. What about that is not football? I'll tell you what's not football. I mean, first of all, okay, you rebuttal. I want to hear it.
Okay, I get a rebuttal.
You please. Yes.
That was football in 1930.
Cool.
It's not football in 2025.
But so the argument there is what? That it's
Are we
boring?
going back to the wing tee?
Is it? Oh, so it's boring? Is that what's?
Is
that
the
what we're
tush
saying?
push boring? Yes, it is boring.
It's boring. Okay. You know what I think is boring? When we get to the last 2 minutes of game and it's a one score game.
Why are we loud?
Because I can't stand this conversation. This whole thing. If it wasn't
so
called
you
the
don't
tush
like
push,
it. You do like the tush push.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying it's stupid to keep having this conversation about it.
Well,
it is a
why are we-
football play.
why are we talking
if we're
about it?
talking about things that are if we're talking about things that are boring, then you know what's boring is watching a team kneel out the last 2 minutes of a one-score game just because the other team doesn't have any timeouts. Why don't we legislate the kneel down out of the game? Why are we saying why are we saying that spiking the football is okay when in every other situation you throw the ball into the ground, it's an intentional grounding?
You know what you sound like right now?
I'm defending
You
the
sound
point.
like a guy on Facebook arguing about gun rights.
Listen to me. This is it's a football play. Stop talking about
Okay,
it.
fine.
It's goal line offense.
But you brought it up. You said it finally got stopped.
Yeah, it did. And that's why I'm saying maybe we can stop talking about it because it's just so dumb. Stop talking about the tush push. It's over.
Are the Vikings bad?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are the Eagles good now that they've shown that they can throw the ball?
Good bad team. Still not in the circle of trust.
God, that's a great analogy. They might be the good bad team.
The Panthers aren't good either, but they beat the Jets 13-6. God, the Jets. You know what? The Jets are not the worst team in football because they stay in games, but they have the worst record in football.
Do they? Wait.
Yeah, and I think next week you're going to do, you remember how we did the deep dive on the Raiders? On the ineptitude of the Raiders?
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I was doing, the Raiders fans some sort of service by telling them how much their team sucked. As it turns out, they already knew.
They were like, yeah, actually, we know.
We have lived it. The Jets fans, however, I think they don't know how bad their team is, but they're going to find out.
Well,
maybe next week.
I don't hate anybody,
but the Jets.
but I hate the fucking Jets. So we're gonna go after the Jets a little bit.
All right. They're really bad, but I think they're competitive. I don't know what that means exactly.
The Jets
Yeah.
are competitive.
They're more competitive than the Dolphins or the Saints.
Ooh, I don't know. Saints scored 14 points and looked like they were in that game with Chicago. They looked like they were in the game for a while against New England the week before. I think New Orleans is a step above like the Miami, Jets. Who are the other bad teams we're talking about here? There's not a whole lot of really bad teams at this point.
Well, the Giants are 2-5, and they should have beaten the Broncos.
Giants are better than 2-5, I think. The Giants have something they're putting together out there, I think. Jackson Dart's okay.
I think you are what your record says you are.
Okay, they've got a young quarterback. They've got a young team.
That means they'll be good at some point in time.
Sure.
They are not good now.
Well, there's a difference between being good with hope and being good with no hope.
That game was crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever, and I didn't get to watch all of it, but I don't think I've ever seen an outcome quite as insane as 3 scores in the last 3 minutes or so.
1,602-0 are teams that lead by 18 points with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, that is
Took their first loss on Sunday because of the Giants. So, I mean, the Giants beat the shit out of Denver for 54 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I think the Giants.
What do you
are good.
say about Bo Nix, though? I mean, you think he's a fraud. You think the Broncos are a fraud.
The Broncos are fraudulent. I don't think this is those kinds of issues that lead you to be down that much at home against a team like the Giants that's improving but young. Those issues don't go away. Even if you do have a miraculous fourth quarter comeback, those kind of comebacks don't fix your problems. They've got problems.
Okay, you know who doesn't have problems? The Colts.
This is true. Yeah,
they're actually pretty good.
I'm going to take 5 teams here. Nah, let's take 3 teams. New England, the Colts, and let's say of surprising good teams. Colts, New England, and Dallas. How do you rank those 3 teams?
Colts, New England, and Dallas?
Yeah, because Dallas is kind of surprised. Dallas is putting up 40 points a game right now. 40 points a game.
I think I go in the order: Colts, New England, and Dallas. And the only reason why is because I don't think Dallas's defense is very good at all.
Do you take the Colts over the Packers?
Yeah, I think I have to right now.
Do you take the Colts over Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'm not sure I trust Philadelphia yet.
Do you take the Colts over the Bills?
No.
Okay.
And only because the Bills are a team I know probably as well as any of the teams. And I think the Bills kind of laid a couple of eggs, but I think that the talent is there.
Do you take the Colts over the Raiders? No, I was just kidding. Let's move on. The Colts are good. I think it, and we probably can. Do we trust the Colts?
I do trust the Colts at this point.
Okay.
The Commanders got doubled up by the Cowboys. I don't know. You're kind of talking about the Cowboys. I don't care about the Cowboys that much. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're good. I think they're eh.
Man, I think we have to start talking about them though.
I don't know.
Dak Prescott is playing.
He's playing well. They're 3-1. I mean, what are we going to say about it?
I don't know because it's the defense. I don't know. They have
264 yards and 3 pass TDs. They doubled up their biggest rival in the division.
They basically are the team that has a puncher's chance in any game.
Okay.
So
I'll go with that.
Maybe they end up at 10 wins. I mean, they'd have to go at this point. They've played 7 games, so they got 10 games left, right? Can they go 7-3 in the last 10 games? Or are they more likely to go 5-5?
I think they're more likely to go 6-4 or 5-5.
Okay. So 8 or 9 win teams.
I think so.
Okay. Which I can get on board with that because that defense is still really bad, no matter how you look at it.
Packers go to Arizona, beat the Cardinals. The Packers, they were.
This is another weird game for the Packers.
No, I just don't. I can't get on board with them.
Why does it take them? They either start off strong, and then they just kind of dick around for the last 3 quarters, or they have one of these games where they look like they're in trouble for a half and a quarter. I mean, Jacoby Brissett was the leading passer in that game.
Oh.
Not Jordan Love, Jacoby Brissett. And now there are people that say, well, Jacoby Brissett works better for that offense, which I get it. It's still Jacoby Brissett, man. Like, it's still a backup quarterback who is probably not. He's probably one of the 5 or 6 best backup quarterbacks, I would say. I mean, he's got
you know his name, and he's a backup. So what does that tell you?
He's got a lot of experience. He was a starter for a team at one point, but I don't know, man. If you're the Packers and you are, again, supposed to be legit Super Bowl contenders, you can't look like that for 3 quarters against Arizona on the road. You just can't.
Falcons go to the 49ers, get beat 2010, low scoring. Man, the 49ers, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Their coaching is so good.
Shanahan for president. That guy has done more with less, all the injuries, which doesn't include, I know I make the joke every week, but the impending injury to Christian McCaffrey. Although McCaffrey looked really good.
McCaffrey's
really
not their
good.
issue. I mean,
Yeah.
Nick Bosa being out, all those, I mean, they've lost a bunch of guys.
Bosa and Fred Warner. They had a couple games that they missed, that Kittle missed.
Brock Purdy's been out.
Brock Purdy's been out.
Have they really missed Brock Purdy?
Well,
I don't feel like they have.
Let's back up a few years, because if you remember in the draft when the 49ers took some guy who's not even in the league.
Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, yes. They took Trey Lance, but there was a lot of talk that Shanahan wanted Mac Jones in that draft.
Yeah.
Mac Jones went like 3 picks later, or 5 picks later, or 10 picks to the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right.
So it might be that
I don't
Mac
think
Jones just fits in that. Like, that's just a Kyle Shanahan type of quarterback.
I don't think Brock Purdy is 20% better than Mac Jones. I don't know if he's 10% better. I don't know that he's a ton better.
I don't think he's better at all. I think this might be a situation where Kyle Shanahan can just flat out coach football.
Yeah.
And you can put a lot of quarterbacks in that system. I mean, look at the quarterbacks that have gone through San Francisco and been coached by Shanahan and then gone on, like Sam Bradford was there for a minute. I'm trying to think of who else. There were a couple other guys that went to San Francisco for just a minute, and when they left, it was like they were blessed by the Kyle Shanahan holy water. It's crazy. He might just be the guy that can turn any quarterback into something.
I think that's fair. So the Bucks, the 5-1 Bucks, went to the 4-2 Lions, and they went back home 5-2, and they're a mess. And I'm about to my Bucks, as I've been saying.
Your Bucks,
right?
your Cincinnati Buccaneers.
The Baker Mayfield Bucks.
Yeah.
They're in trouble. They're in big trouble. They went to Detroit. Were never close in that game. It wasn't because Baker played bad. He just has nobody to throw to. Bucky Irving's been out. Chris Godwin's been out. Mike Evans went down bad last night. I'm sitting down in the studio watching the game on the TV.
Yeah.
And when Evans went down last night, it looked bad. Mike Evans.
You texted me about it. You were like, I think Mike Evans just died. Like,
he went down and he didn't move, and he had a broken collarbone. So
Yeah.
you know if he is passed out, concussed to the point that he's not writhing in pain over a broken collarbone.
Yeah.
It's not the worst injury ever,
No.
a collarbone, but it's it's a crucial part of the football.
Right.
Where you got to have your shoulders.
you kind of have to have your shoulder. You kind of have to have the bone that holds your shoulders in place to play football.
So they have a bunch of injuries, and I think that the Bucks are in real trouble. That being said, the NFC South is terrible. The Falcons are the other team in the NFC South that's any good.
Falcon. Yeah. I mean, you're dealing with the
Jags
Saints and the Saints. That's AFC South.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Saints and
Carolina.
I don't know. Tampa Bay's still got a shot. Look, they've got Godwin could still come back. Their running back. What's their running back?
He's questionable. Godwin and Irving are both questionable
Okay,
this week.
if they get those guys back, and a lot of this has to do with injuries that are not season ending. I mean, Evans is going to be. You might as well just write him off.
I think he's done for the year.
But I think they still got a shot. I mean, if you got
I just think for the next month and a half,
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time betting for them.
do you have a shot just because you have Baker Mayfield?
He's not Josh Allen.
No.
I've seen Josh Allen with no shot, and all of a sudden, Josh is running over linebackers like they're defensive backs, and he's running amok, and he's making throws, and Patrick Mahomes kind of the same way. Baker Mayfield is not that kind of talent. He's not that kind of size guy.
Yeah.
I believe he has a massive heart. I believe he has a will to win. I just think in the raw physical skills, he did not get that kind of
I
stuff.
think he has a massive sack, is what he has.
He does.
Do we
But
want to talk?
they
go
went
ahead.
to the Lions and were never in it.
The Lion. No, the Lions at home is tough. That environment is tough.
And the circle of trust, to close out the circle of trust, the Seahawks are in the circle of trust these days, especially at home.
I think so too. Does Detroit go in the circle of trust?
I think, yeah, Detroit's kind of been there anyway.
Okay.
They laid a couple eggs this year, but I think they're pretty good.
We didn't. Neither of us had. Now you had Seattle in a money line that last week that you
Yeah,
did.
I kind of like Seattle. I
Neither of us-
especially like Seattle at home.
Neither of us had Detroit. I guess that's fair because it was tough until this week to take anybody. I mean, you actually picked against them. Well, you took the Bucks and the points.
Yeah, it wasn't against Detroit. I just thought it'd be a
it's
close
just-
game.
Right, right.
And in a close game, you just take the points.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I agree with Seattle. Houston is getting close to write-off
So
territory.
do we have a Sam Darnold problem?
Sam Darnold. If you have Sam Darnold on your team, you have a Sam Darnold problem.
So
Just
in saying
it's-
that the Seahawks are in the circle of trust, we are once again putting Sam Darnold in the circle of
well,
trust.
because I think that defense is really good. I think that Seattle defense is really good, and anytime they're at home, I'm going to probably pick them the rest of the year, unless it's like one of the mega contenders coming into Seattle, and even then, it might just be a stay away instead of a bet against Seattle.
Just as a quick exercise, just so we know where we are. Give me your top 4 or 5 teams in no order right now. Your top 4 or 5 teams in the league.
Top 4 or 5 in the league.
In the league.
Well, I think Indianapolis has to be in there.
I think so too.
I think Detroit has to be in there.
I think so too.
I can't believe I'm gonna
Chiefs.
have to stab myself in the eye when I say this, but the Chiefs,
The Chiefs have to be in there right now.
the Eagles,
I don't know that I put them in there. There might be 6 or
they're
7.
borderline. They're knocking on the door. And
Packers?
no, man, you can't. You can't have that. You can't have 3 quarters like that against Arizona and be in my top 5.
What about the Rams?
I have to see more. I don't know what more. I don't know why.
So
I have to
right
see
now
more.
we would have
What about the Bills? Okay, the Bills didn't play this week.
the Pats, the Bills, the Chiefs. I feel like we're AFC heavy
The
here.
Lions.
The Lions, and the Niners.
The Niners in the top 5. Niners in the top.
What about
5?
the Packers?
I guess if you're going top 5, it's either the Packers or the Eagles in that 5th spot.
And it's not the Niners.
And I can argue either one. No, I don't think it's the Niners, just because of the injuries.
Okay.
When they get people back later in the season, if they get Brock Purdy back, if they get Christian McCaffrey back, if he only gets injured for a couple weeks.
He's not currently injured.
He's not currently.
Oh my gosh.
Do we want to take a break?
Yes, let's take a
Okay,
break.
we've been
We're going to
riffing
come
for a
back with
while.
our picks, and we're going to talk about some ranting stuff.
All right. This is NFL Week 8. We've got 6 teams on bye. Detroit, the Vegas Raiders, one of our favorite teams to talk about on Reels. Arizona, Seattle, and then they had mercy on the Rams in Jacksonville, who just flew back from
Yeah, let them be
just
on
flew
bye.
back 10 hours from from the UK. So let's go through these games real quick. We've only got 13 games with the 6 teams on bye. Starting with Minnesota Vikings at LA Chargers. Vikings are getting 3. They are plus 152 underdogs. Chargers are minus 180. Over under is 44.5. I don't know how I feel about any of those numbers. I'm having a hard time getting a handle on the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers are kind of all over the place. I don't feel like I have a good enough handle on either one of these teams. Basically it's a pick 'em if the Chargers are a 3-point home favorite. If I'm doing anything there, I'm not doing anything. I'm just staying away from this.
Staying away. I think so too. Although Minnesota might, maybe they've earned some good football juju by figuring out how to stop the
tush push.
The tush push. Bills at Panthers. Panthers are plus 7.5 home dogs. They're plus 310. Bills are minus 390. The over-under is 46.5. I like the over in this. 7.5 points seems like too much for me.
Yeah, if you're going to do anything with this, I think teasing it down to like 4.5 and taking the Bills, or teasing it up to 10.5 and taking the Panthers.
I don't love this game as a Bills fan. It feels like another trap.
Well, how many traps can they be in? I think the Bills have been they were off last week, right?
Yeah, they had a bye week, which they
I
needed
think
badly.
if they don't come out and stomp the guts out of the Panthers, that there's actually something fundamentally wrong with the Bills.
We can start having panic talks. Now they do get 2 defensive linemen back that were suspended for the first 6 weeks of the season, so we'll see. Ed Oliver is coming back. They're going to start getting some guys back. Max Hairston, their first round rookie cornerback, is going to be he started practicing. So he has not played yet this season. So they're getting some pieces back. I just still think that I'm kind of staying away from this unless, I might throw the Bills money line in something, but I don't like this game. It feels weird to me as a Bills fan. Jets at Bengals. Bengals are minus 6.5. Now I'll say this.
That's too many points.
Well, I'll say this though. This game opened at minus 4.5. And I was listening to Simmons and Sal, and they were both like, "Why is anybody not favored by at least 7 points over the Jets right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was kind of shaking out of my head around. I was like, "Yeah." Why is there anybody that's not getting 7 points over the Jets? I agree with the 6.5. Actually, I think this Jets team is so bad. The Bengals are minus 300 favorites. Jets are plus 245. Over-under is 43.5.
I don't know what to do with that over-under. I think the Bengals can get to 35 points on their own.
I don't like the over-under because you don't know how many points the Jets are going to score. Are they going to start Tyrod Taylor, or are they going to start Justin Fields? I actually like them more if they start Tyrod. My old friend Tyrod, who broke the Bills' non-playoff streak a few years ago. I don't like this game, but I do agree with the 6.5 line for the Bengals. But I would not touch them other than money line.
The Bears are getting 6.5 at Baltimore. I have not heard on Lamar yet.
Okay, this as of Tuesday right now. Now I haven't had a chance to look at any of the news today on what's going on with Lamar, but as of Monday, he was still not practicing. Now he's got this hamstring injury. He missed 2 games, was it?
Yeah, he's missed 2.
He missed 2 games. Then they had the bye, and there's weird Harbaugh doesn't seem to want to say anything about the injury. He doesn't want to give a lot of updates. There are guys on the team. They're asking other offensive players who are allegedly friends with Lamar who are saying, "Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with him either." Here's a freezing hot take for you. There are shades of Kawhi Leonard in Lamar Jackson.
Explain.
This is not the first time that there's been a weird injury with Lamar where he doesn't come back. There's kind of a dispute over whether maybe he's healthy or he isn't. And this is the same thing that we've seen with Kawhi Leonard on the Clippers over the years.
Okay.
That he just kind of gets injured and then he goes away, and they're like, yeah, I guess we'll see Kawhi when we see him. There's startlingly little information about Lamar Jackson's hamstring injury, and now we know that he hasn't practiced yet. 6.5 points. I don't know. Without seeing how the Bears have played and how the Ravens' defense really isn't that good right now, I'm going to take those points. I think that might be in one of my picks.
Okay.
What else we got here? Browns at Patriots. Patriots are -7 favorites.
I'm just looking at that.
Go ahead.
I don't think Cleveland's very good. I think they've got a quarterback issue. I think they have lots of issues. I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to alternate line this game for a parlay.
Okay.
But if I have to pick, Browns +7 or New England -7, I'm taking New England -7.
What are you alt-lining that? Are you alt-lining the Browns
Down
up
to
a little?
No, down Patriots down to 3.
Patriots down to 3. Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, you just never know when the Browns are going to be able to score any points. So, yeah.
This is the weirdest line of the week, the next one. The 49ers are getting 1.5 at Houston.
I don't understand that either. Now, Houston's defense, I will say, looked pretty good against Seattle.
I don't care. I think the 49ers are the best coached team in the league. If they're not the best, they're in the top couple. And they've looked just fine without Brock Purdy.
Vegas doesn't know what to do with this either because the Niners are -102 and
In
the
the money
Texans
line.
and in the money line, and Texans are -118. So they don't have any idea. I am inclined to take the Niners money line on this.
Yeah. I'm taking the Niners money line.
Okay.
on this
The
too.
over-under is 41.5, by the way, which good luck. Because who the hell knows with that score?
The next game is the Falcons. It's a candidate for the 1-800-GAMBLER game of the week. Falcons giving 7.5 to the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they're in disarray. Is not even that doesn't begin to cover it. I think 7.5 is too many for Atlanta, but if I have to pick again between getting 7.5 and taking Miami or giving 7.5 and taking Atlanta, I'm taking Atlanta.
I thought this was the Thursday night game.
No,
Because I was trying to figure out why the Dolphins didn't fire Mike McDaniel. Because I thought it was a Thursday game, but it's not.
we're going to have to be in corrections next week.
Yeah, it'll be in, yeah.
Minnesota and Chargers is the Thursday game.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. I would take the Falcons and lay the points. Because
you feel confident in that.
Because at home, the Falcons are a completely different team than on the road. And the
Okay.
Dolphins, I mean, the Dolphins are a mess. They have culture issues and they have gameplay issues, and those two things together don't mix well. They might score 5. They might score 5 points. They might score 6 points.
Tua looks terrible.
Tua looks awful.
He
looks
is
literally awful.
Finally, who we thought he was.
He had his worst. He had the worst game of his career last week.
But this is the person we've always. This is not the person. This is the player that we've always thought he would be.
Yeah.
We thought he was a better version of Tim Tebow. Now that comparison's so bad because he has been an accurate passer, and that was Tim Tebow's problem.
He can throw the ball more than 5 yards. So, is he a rich man? Is he the rich man's version of Tim Tebow?
I mean, he's a more accurate passer than that.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was 48% for his career, and people were like, he can pray his way to better quarterback play.
He's a great leader.
No, he was a bad NFL quarterback. Okay. And he was a great college quarterback, to take nothing away from his college play.
Tim Tebow.
Moving on.
Catching strays because
Don't step into our podcast, Tim. Don't be on our minds. The Giants travel the hour and a half to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
How do you make that trip? Do you take a bus?
I don't know. I bet they fly everywhere because they have a
You
plane.
fly from New York to
I wouldn't.
Take a helicopter, just like
A helicopter.
15 helicopters.
We're gonna get hate mail for this.
Who knows?
You guys don't freaking know how New York gets to Philly.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't
take
know
the
how
train. They take the train. How about that? I don't know. Who knows? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I butted in on you.
Eagles -7. Give me the 7. Give me the Eagles and lay the 7.
Huh.
I think the Giants are bad.
We disagree on this.
Okay.
I think the Giants are good enough to hang with okay. Let's say this: the Giants have a really good defensive front four, a really, really good defensive front four.
Okay.
The Giants have a little bit of like this swagger to them because of Jackson Dart and Cam Skatteboo.
Skatteboo.
I think they can keep this closer than 7. I almost want to take the points here.
Take them.
I would take I might throw the.
Put them in your picks.
I might put Philly in on a money line, but man, the Giants +7 seems like a fair line.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Bucks at Saints.
Gosh, this game is tough.
Bucks are 4.5-point favorites at the Saints.
I'm off the Bucks. I'm really off the Bucks.
You're off them completely. Are you off them for the season? Or you're off them right now
for the next month until they get everybody back.
Okay.
Excluding Mike Evans, they're just not getting
Mike Evans is not coming back. No.
Until they get a couple of veteran receivers and or Bucky Irving back, which may be this week, but I don't know. I just I guess if I'm picking here, I'm taking the Bucks.
These Tampa Bay and New Orleans games are they're like those Cincinnati and Browns games. Like there's always something weird. It's a stay away from me. I don't like it's 4.5. A 4.5 point line is like Vegas is just begging you to make a mistake on that.
Yeah.
So I don't like it. I don't even like the money line values. I mean, -225 on the Bucks, okay, but
it's not bad.
I don't know. I think the let me put it this way. I think you're getting a safer value on like the Falcons at -375 than the Bucks at -225.
All right. The Titans are 14.5 point dogs in Indianapolis.
I'm staying away. I'm there's very few circumstances where I'm betting on a 14.5 point line in either direction.
No, sir. Not in a professional football game.
No, it's just too many points. And you can't get good value on this because the Colts are playing great, but they're -1,200. And the Titans are +750, which is, going to make the average person salivate a little bit. But the Titans are not going into Indianapolis and beating the Colts.
No.
But I don't know if it's. I mean, look, if the Colts
there's no possible
no.
conscionable way to lay 14.5 in a professional football game.
I can see the Colts going up like 24-10 in the fourth quarter, and the Titans have looked terrible, and everybody pulls everybody, and then the Titans get a backdoor cover.
Yeah, that's the dangerous.
But
I don't trust Tennessee enough to give them even 14.5.
No, it's a stay away from me.
I think this will be the most fun watch of the week. The Cowboys at the Broncos. Broncos giving 3.5 at home. I think it's going to be the over is 50.5. I don't think that will contain them.
No. This is going over 50.5.
I think it's moneyline Broncos over 50.5.
Moneyline Broncos. Yeah. I think that's a good. I like that. I was looking at that earlier. I think last night I was looking at that.
I'm gonna wait until I get a bonus or like a little boost on that to bet that. But I think that's. The other option is taking the 3.5, taking the Dallas 3.5, and hoping it's like 32-31.
Dallas has played a lot of those close games this year.
So you take the 3.5. I think Dallas is certainly capable of going to Denver and winning.
I think you can almost do two separate bets and go Denver money line and the over, Dallas +3.5 in the over.
I think, okay. I like that.
That is almost in the absence of another game that qualifies as the 1-800-GAMBLER game of the week. that's almost one because it's so hard to pick. That's a hard game for me to pick, man. I don't know. It could get weird. Denver could just absolutely shut down the Cowboys, or we could see first 3 quarters Bo Nix and they score 10 points and the Cowboys just beat the absolute shit out of them.
I think that if you have to pick one bet, it's the Cowboys getting the 3.5.
Okay.
We could middle that. You could do that middle. It doesn't seem like the smartest play, but you could middle that one.
You got to be real.
You got to be good.
You got to be as good as me last week when I middled the Denver and Giants game that same way.
All right, we've got the Packers laying 3.5 at the Steelers. I love this for the Bengals that the Steelers are 3.5 point home dogs. Did they get exposed last week? Did the Bengals finally expose them?
Well, against that defense, you would think Aaron Rodgers would be able to play this. Now, don't discount the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. Is he too old to get revenge? I don't know, man. This is the Packers have just looked shaky. I think gun to my head, I'm taking Packers money line.
Packers money line is the pick here.
Yeah.
That is the Sunday night game, so we're almost out of games here. The Monday night game is the Commanders at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are laying 10.5. Absolutely a stay away from me, but I think the Commanders are in disarray, and the Chiefs are arrow pointing straight north.
Lay the points.
You think
Jaden Daniels might be out, and the Chiefs they look like they want to stomp everyone right now. Chiefs minus 10.5 might be in my picks.
Okay. Well, speaking of those picks, let's get to them.
Do we want to
for the contest?
Yeah, we'll take a break. Come back.
No, we don't need.
We're going right into it.
We're going right into it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to come. We're gonna have to go off the cuff here, man.
Oh, you're not ready.
I'm not ready. No,
okay.
I've been busy. I've been in the studio for the last 2 days.
I will. Hang on, just one moment. If you like the content that you've seen on this podcast, go to YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, and give us a follow or a subscription and give us a like. If you're on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and you've seen some of our content, please go in and comment. Give us a like and a follow on those platforms as well. Just to give you some note, we've had 100,000 views on TikTok in the last week, which we were not expecting. That does not mean we're viral.
There's no one who should have to look at our face. There's not 100,000 people that should look at our face.
But we've had 50,000 views on one TikTok and about 40,000 on another, and the Taylor Swift TikTok has been going gangbusters. So reluctantly,
we're still under 200 subscribers.
Yeah, so go subscribe to TikTok.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll take a break and come right back. Do you think we should rename this segment "Picks Sure to Go Wrong"? Although we had a good week last week.
I mean, my picks didn't go wrong.
Contest picks for the Pesos. Contest picks
of the week.
All right. We're going to start out with a doozy.
Okay, going with yours first?
Yep, I'm going to start.
Okay.
This is an 8-leg parlay.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Cincinnati, minus 300. Buffalo, minus 390. New England, minus 360.
Slow down. Buffalo, minus 390. New England, minus 360.
Yep.
Okay.
Atlanta, minus 375.
Okay.
Philly, minus 355.
Oh, boy.
Indianapolis, minus 1,200.
Okay.
Kansas City, minus 590.
That's 7 of them. Okay. Keep going.
And
we've got time.
I've got one from the next week in there, so we'll leave that out.
We'll take that out. Yeah.
That's
Recalc.
Baltimore at Miami minus 430, but we'll save
Probably going to be a good bet anyway.
We'll save that.
For the interim head against the interim head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
So I've got that at plus 442, but that won't exactly be right.
Okay,
we'll calculate.
You had 7 picks there.
Yeah, 7 picks.
Okay. Do you do the calculations? And I'm going to come. We'll come back to that.
That is a 20 peso.
It's a 20. You're putting 20 on that one.
20 pesos.
Okay. So my first pick is, I've got Chicago plus 6.5 at minus 106 over the Ravens, and I've got the New England Patriots minus 7.5 at minus 106. That's going to get me to plus 277. I'm putting 20 pesos on that one.
I like it.
Give me your calculation on the Cincinnati, Buffalo, New England, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, KC parlay.
I've got to make it again, so give me just a second.
Oh my God, man! Hey, listen, I appreciate what you're doing there. Take all the heavy favorites, get yourself up to a big number, throw 20 P's on it, and see if you can claw back some money. Those are all solid picks. I can't argue with any of those.
Well, that was the nice thing about this week was there was lots of disparity, and it was, gosh, the Colts throwing the Colts in there is a lot.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt you.
Read them back to me.
Cincinnati, Buffalo, New England, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, Kansas City.
That's what I have.
Okay.
Plus 340.
Plus. Hey, when you're down and you want to climb back a little bit.
That's right.
I get it, man. I get it.
All right, here we go.
All right. You want to do your next? How many actual picks do you have? You've only put 20 pesos on that.
I have several. I'll give you the.
Give me another one.
The
Give me
straight
another one
picks.
of yours. Okay.
Here's all the straight picks.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills minus 4.5. That's an alternate line. 10 pesos. Bears money line plus 265.
What's the number on Buffalo minus 4.5?
Minus 186.
186. Bears money line
plus 265. They're big dogs at Baltimore. I think that's a farce. And then
you putting 10 on Chicago?
Yep.
Okay.
San Francisco 49ers money line at Houston. That's minus 102.
Okay. Another 10 on that one?
Yep.
All right. I've got a 3-leg parlay of Atlanta minus 375, Cincinnati minus 300, and Kansas City. I'm laying the 10.5 points against Washington at home, minus 110. That gets me to plus 222, and I'm putting 30 pesos on that one.
Say it again. So what?
Atlanta minus 375, Cincinnati minus 300, Kansas City laying the 10.5 points at minus 110.
I don't see how that doesn't hit. I'm dead serious. That's such a good one.
The only way it doesn't is if Atlanta just decides to stink, or Cincinnati. Well, let's be honest. There's 2 different ways that this can go poorly, but we'll see. I like those odds, especially if I can get to plus 222 with those. I don't know. Kansas City, there's no way that team is not beating Washington by more than 10.
I agree.
All right.
All right.
Back to you, son.
I got a 4-leg parlay. This is going to be a mix of alternate spreads and whatnot.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills minus 4.5. That's minus 186. They're at Carolina. The Chicago Bears alternate spread plus 9.5 for minus 174. New England Patriots minus 4.5. That's an alternate spread. That's minus 166.
New England was what now?
Minus 4.5.
Minus 4.5. Okay, and that's an alternate.
They're hosting Cleveland.
Gotcha. Okay, what's the line on that?
At minus 166.
Okay.
And the San Francisco 49ers money line minus 102. And that gets us to a grand total of plus 668.
Oh,
And we're doing 30 pesos
Ooh.
on that.
That's like a get your head above water kind of bet.
That is
if
a
that
big
hits,
one.
that gets you back. That gets you back in the discussion.
That gets you big
Big time.
big money game.
Big time. That's a big money one. Okay. I've got a similar one actually coming up here. I couldn't believe what this got me to, but it got me there. San Francisco money line -102 over Houston. Giants +7 at Philly.
Oh man.
I'm trusting Jackson Dart, man. I'm trusting that Jackson Dart has just got a giant sack.
Push his Giants chips into the middle.
Yes, let's go. Splash the pot. And then I wasn't sure if I could pick a winner in Dallas and Denver, but what I can say is it's going to go over 50.5 points. So that one's -110. And those three together get to me to +628.
That's a good one.
At 30 pesos. So
I don't like the Philly pick, but I like the number that you got to.
Well, that's the Giants is the weak link in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got 20 pesos left.
Yep.
I've got a 3-leg parlay again.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Bills -7.5. That's -102. Cincinnati Bengals -6.5. That's -110. And the Chicago Bears +6.5. That's -106. And that's +634.
+634. You are
shooting the moon this week.
You are Buffalo, Chicago, Cincinnati heavy this week.
Yeah.
With a little sprinkle of New England heavy in on 2 of those bets.
And you
got Buffalo in all 4 of your bets.
All 4 of the parlays?
No, I'm sorry. You've got Buffalo in 3 of in all 3 of your parlays, and you've got Buffalo as a straight bet.
I may have made a mistake.
You have basically just fucked my entire season. Do you realize that? Because that means that the Bills are definitely going to go into Carolina and lose by 16.
The Bills can go into Carolina. This is the problem with the Bills right now. They can go into Carolina and lose
have
by
just one?
6.
They have just one problem?
I mean, the problem they have is they don't have a great defense. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You said they're getting guys back?
Yeah. They are. Yeah. It's scary. You're scaring me a little bit. Did I have one more?
You said you had 3.
Because we started with you. Did we start with you?
Did you do all 3
Did I
of
already
yours?
do Buffalo, New England, Tampa Bay? I did not.
Let's hear it.
Buffalo, New England, Tampa Bay. Money line parlay, +131.
Oh, double your money, move on.
20 pesos. Double it and move on, baby. Let's go.
All right. I like those picks.
I like them too. If we didn't like them, I don't think we would have picked them. Let's see how we like them next week.
I don't trust the Giants, but it's okay.
Well, that's why you didn't pick them in any of your, let's see, 7, 10, 14. So you picked 17 teams and Giants weren't in there. So I don't blame me for that. Those are the picks. We'll see if we're masters of our domain next week.
You got any best thing, worst thing? I will say I really did enjoy Task. It was so.
So you finished Task now. So it's done.
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Has it? I'm not saying he's the greatest actor of his generation, nothing like that, but he's done some rangy stuff.
Is he one of the most underrated actors of his generation?
He's been in blockbusters. He's been in award-winning films.
Okay.
He did some of the superhero. He was Hulk and some of the superhero stuff. He was in Spotlight, which I think won an
Oscar.
Best Picture.
Yep.
He was one of the main stars of that, although that was very much an ensemble cast. He wasn't the lead. He was one of the leads. And now he's done probably what's going to be an award-winning television show, playing a. You ever see a character or a show that kind of has a kitchen sink full of things that they lay on these characters?
Oh yeah.
How many former priests turned FBI agents that, spoiler alert, that adopted kids, that one of them killed your wife. I mean, how many layers can we throw on one guy?
I don't know. Are we talking about,
So the premise of this show is this. Ruffalo is an FBI agent. He catches this task force from his corrupt boss, who places a corrupt person on the task force. This is all spoiler alerts.
You should have shut this off 3 minutes ago if you haven't watched Task yet.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't watched Task yet.
Anyway,
I'm sitting here. I'm just gonna get.
You find this out in the first episode or two.
Sure.
But Ruffalo used to be a priest. He plays a guy named Tom Brandis.
Okay.
And he used to be a priest, and he's been doing like light duty desk work, and he's
just cashed out. He's
tired.
He's tired.
He also is fat in this, and he's wearing a little bit of a fat suit. But
I've seen that. I've seen that he's a little
he's
chubby.
pudgy.
Yeah. Okay.
Really good. The other thing I'm watching is Ethan Hawke in The Lowdown. That's so freaking good. Kyle MacLachlan, Gene Triplehorn, Ethan Hawke.
What's the premise of that one? Remind me what the premise of that one is again. I've heard a little bit about this. I'm in on anything Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke plays this underground writer / bookstore owner that is consistently broke, and a guy running for governor whose brother allegedly killed himself, who was gay, was married to Gene Triplehorn's character. All that's happening in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So and Ethan Hawke has a 12 or 13-year-old kid and a strained relationship with his former wife.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Paris of Oklahoma. Mark Ruffalo also played Bruce Banner in She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Did you know that?
What is She-Hulk Attorney at Law?
I don't know. It's on his IMDb. I just thought it just caught my eye.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a show that I've been I started watching, and this is when we talk about best thing, worst thing. This almost
we did talk about
this almost falls into both categories. It is called The Last Frontier. It's on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
We're 3 episodes in. It's doing the weekly thing, so I jumped into it thinking that it was going to be a bingeable type of deal, and it is not. It starts with, it's one of those series that, like, very similar to if anybody remembers Lost. Starts with a massive, huge action scene that's a little crazy and definitely not believable, but it's a lot of fun. And then people start talking, and the writing is iffy, and the delivery of the writing is pretty stiff and stilted, and the characters are interesting enough, but not quite believable. And the lead actor is Jason Clarke.
Sounds like a Wes Anderson movie.
Do we know Jason Clarke from Zero Dark 30, from Dawn of Planet of the Apes, a few other things? I guess he had a little bit of a bit role in Oppenheimer. He's delivering lines with all the affect of a houseplant, and at times it's hard to watch. And it's written by the people that did The Blacklist, which was on NBC.
Okay, it's a James Spader. I know you like James
Spader vehicle that we got through. I think Aaron and I got through 12 episodes of the first season before we were like, okay, it's time to move
more.
On. And I cannot stop watching this show because it gives me just enough. It gives me just enough like popcorn scenes and big set pieces that I'm like, there's like a scene where there's this like almost like this train thing that's on wheel. It's set in Alaska. Okay. So half of it is at night.
You kind of buried the lead on that because
I should have done that.
They probably
first.
shoot that in like Vancouver or something.
It's been a long day, man. Yeah, they shot it in some place that has a lot of snow. Whatever. There's like a big set piece with this like nature, like if you think of a safari trip in Alaska, it's like in this big like semi truck type of thing that's got cabins and these prisoners hijack it, and it's just so. As I'm trying to describe this, I'm like, I can't believe how bananas this show is that I'm watching. But we're gonna see where it goes because I'm not a quitter. I can't stop watching it.
Did you watch The Last True Detective?
I haven't watched any of the True Detectives. Look, man, there's only so many hours in the day. I gotta reserve them for like these bad. I gotta reserve them for some of the bad like Apple TV sci-fi.
Please go watch the first season of True Detective.
Okay, I know it's Woody and
it's Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
I know,
and it's so well done.
I know.
I never saw the second season.
I've heard all this. There was like 5 seasons now.
The Jodie Foster season, the one that is most recent.
I've heard the Jodie Foster season is really good.
So good.
Okay.
Also set in Alaska.
Okay. Going back to Alaska. Alaska is like there's a lot of material in mind there.
I feel so as a person that has done a lot of camera work in my life, and I've stood out on the tarmac to see. I guess it was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. I stood out on the tarmac to see George W. Bush, and for the Clinton one, it was like 12. And you can't feel your fingers in 12 degrees.
Oh, 12 degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like 12.
So for a filmmaker
midnight,
who is actually doing making a film, standing out in real deal snow, that is so incredible to me.
Maybe that's why Jason Clarke can't deliver these lines with any semblance of emotion.
Face is frozen. Speaking
he yells once in a while. He does that. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Frozen, I wish they would freeze Reba McEntire's character off television.
Man, just going in
on
Reba today.
I just can't stand it.
What are you doing, man?
I can't stand it. You know who else is hanging around for too long?
Okay, yes, please tell me.
Tim the Toolman Taylor. He's got a show on ABC now.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Tim. Oh my God. This is riveting.
Tim. The dude Tim. He's a conservative comedian.
Tim Allen,
thank you.
Who was Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story.
He's got a three camera laugh track comedy on ABC.
Great. We need more of those. Yeah, I've seen something about that. He had what was that show that he had?
The only
called?
thing that's redeeming in that is Kat Dennings, and she is watchable anytime she's on your
I saw
TV
Kat Dennings on, she was talking about that show on Jimmy Kimmel the other night. And she is a great.
That makes sense.
She seems like she would be a great hang.
Like cool.
Yeah.
Just cool.
Yeah. Tim Allen had that show called Last Man Standing that, I liked the Tool Time show back in the day. We got a few laughs as
late 90s. Was that late 90s?
It was mid 90s. We at the Hill family got a little bit of a laugh at the
yeah. Who didn't like the ABC Modern Family? What did they call it back then? It was Modern Family, and then a couple other shows. Urkel.
What are you talking about? Urkel? Modern Family was like.
No, that
was recent.
Yeah,
that was just a few years ago. You're thinking of oh my God, why can't I remember that?
The Urkel show.
The Urkel show. Just call it the Urkel show. That's fine. We can go with that. Yeah, we watched. Look, as a kid, I watched some Urkel and I watched some Tim Allen. I watched The Last Man Standing. It somehow went on for 10 years.
That is crazy.
194 episodes of that show. I don't know how they did it. It's a bad show.
So that some of the networks, like I kind of like Tracker that's on CBS, but some of these network shows now, they've been doing FBI or Fire or whatever for like
my favorite show
NCIS.
Well, no, Sheriff Country.
Oh,
This like we've got Fire Country,
oh yes.
which is like, okay, Fire Country kind of makes sense. It's like the part of the country that has fires.
You're in Fire Country now.
What does Sheriff Country mean?
It's just trying to be a takeoff.
We got more sheriffs out here.
I don't know, but that's the woman that stars in that was the star in Homeland.
Yeah, you know what? I want all of those. I want anybody who's going to be in a role where they're supposed to hold a firearm to just take some lessons on how to hold a firearm, please.
One lesson.
Just one. Just spend a couple hours with somebody at the range. A police officer,
Anybody.
a former military, just anybody. Don't.
Like that.
I don't want to see this out of Sheriff Country. Okay, if it's Sheriff Country, know how to hold a fucking gun. Okay, my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of. Oof.
Let's just stop there.
Shit, we're running on fumes here.
Let's wrap it up. We will be back next week with more hot takes, and I think the Jets are in the crosshairs next week.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We might go a little hard on the Jets.
All right.
Get ready for more shorts.
We'll see you next time on Bet Small, Lose Small.